We're gonna look at this job right here real quick, and this job is the dude that owns the bamboo site. He owns this too, and the bamboo site is, you know, straight back. So basically what he wants to do, y'all, is he wants to cut you know, a trail.
All right, y'all. All right. Long time no see. I hope everybody had a happy Thanksgiving and got some quality time in with the family. I know I did. So, you know, I'm glad to get back at it. It rained all day on Friday. Well, you know, all morning. So, and then it's going to rain again tomorrow. So I'm going to take the time today, and I'm going to go over here to the bamboo site, and I'm gonna cut a trail in. I did a video on the trail the other day. I got it edited and processed and everything. It's ready to go to YouTube, but I hadn't posted it yet. So probably what I'll do is, and it's a short clip, you know, it's probably 10 minutes or so, and y'all know I'm long-winded. It'll be a before, and then the day will be the after. So, you know, that's how I'm rolling right here, y'all. That's how I'm rolling. One thing I gotta do real quick, I gotta grab this pumpkin that my wife got on the front porch, but it's starting to stink. Let me grab that pumpkin real quick. I got a shovel right here, and so I can I'll just throw it on the grapple bucket on the Bobcat, and I'll take it over here and I'll just throw it on the burn pile. No big deal. So yeah, I'll be right back. And another video that I did with the rant, well, that video, it probably sounded a little bit harsher than I meant for it to, but that's kind of what I was thinking at the time. And you know, my channel is really, it's really all about the mindset at the time, at the moment, you know, and sometimes when you do stuff and you're doing video and you're doing it on the moment, well, that moment sometimes is, well, it's not a good moment, you know, but no ill will intent towards Zach. I didn't think that, you know, Zach did a good job. He's just working harder than what he has to, and trust me, Zach is not an anomaly. I mean, all the guys that come out here that, you know, go from the summertime to the wintertime, it's a transition period. And, you know, and if you can't look in the mirror, and I look in the mirror all the time, anybody that knows the channel and knows me, y'all kind of, I mean, I'm looking in the mirror all the time at my own stuff, you know. And, you know, over the years, I've developed ways, and ain't that I know it all, but I've developed ways based on my experience out here, and based on the fact that I have to fix what breaks and I have to pay what needs to get paid, you know, and all the intangibles that you really can't see. And I've come up at the end of the day with a formula, if you will, on how to do some of these jobs where we can keep our number friendly to the customer, and I can keep the guys that working with me or guy that works for me busy. See, I'm trying to keep Zach busy, and it doesn't motivate me to keep guys busy if we're not being efficient, right? Because I'm already, you know, on a bottom side of a profit margin. We're not making top profit. So with that being said, we got to do things in a certain way to where I can sleep at night and I can keep whoever's out here working with me, this year Zach, busy. I'm trying to keep Zach busy through the winter, but that's going to be very difficult for me to do in a great setting. Super difficult for me to do if we're not being efficient, because I don't want to chase work because I'm not making enough money. The other day when we was out there from 8 to 3, give or take, 9 to 3, whatever, and the business didn't even make $200. I mean, you know, come on, man. You know, I mean, so a lot of you guys, you know, come in the comments and y'all saying, man, you know, whatever, and that's great, but at the end of the day, the business has got to make a profit, and $200 for and that ain't even profit. That's $200 profit, or you know, yeah, well, $200 profit per day, or for that day, for that job, for that, is not good. Not good at all. And I know a lot of guys that are not self-employed say, hell, $200 a day, that's more than you make at a 9 to 5. Well, there's a lot of things that come out of that $200. So at the end of the day, profit-wise, I don't know what I made, but it wasn't good. And just trust me when I tell you that. So you gotta take the good with the bad. And there's gonna be days where you're not as profitable, but either way, I'm not gonna like the days where we can be much more profitable, and we're not, because of me and my guys not being efficient. And I am the kind of guy that is steady looking in the mirror at my own stuff to make sure and to try to get better. And you know, some guys get their butt hurt if you say anything negative. Well, that is, and I'm not calling Zach out on a social platform. That wasn't what I was doing. Even though it may have looked like that, I was, you know, just pointing out that was the truth, that we didn't make as good of money as we could have. And if Zach looks in the mirror, Zach will see the same thing that I see. He knows that we didn't make as good as usual over there too. So, you know, and his fault, my fault, it don't matter. At the end of the day, the business didn't make no money, and was out in the field for, you know, 6 hours or so. So, and with 2 trucks, 2 fuel tanks, you know, and that's, you know, that's where I was coming from. So, yeah. Anyway, I'll get some footage when I get over here. I really ain't got a whole lot to talk about. My main thing today is going to spend, you know, maybe 4 hours or so over here with the brush cutter, you know, the bush hog brush cutter and skid steer, and hope that I don't tear nothing up, and hope that all that. So, yeah. Pick back up where I left off at the other day. The Bobcats are locked and loaded, ready to go. I done greased it, then checked all the fluids in it. I poured about a gallon of hydro fluid in it, and it filled it all the way up. I might have even put a little bit too much in it. So the video from the other day, it stopped right here. So the trail that I'm going to be cutting in is going to be right here, but I'm going to go to the other end first, and then and come down the hill, because I don't want to be coming in and out of here too much, because the tracks is going to tear the ground all up. I want to be able to you know, come down the hill, and then we're going to make it about as wide, at least as wide as the bush hog, but maybe even a little bit wider. But I'm going to take the grapple. There's a bunch of mounds of dirt on the other side of this little thicket right here, and I'm going to take the grapple bucket over there, and well, at least I think it's dirt. You can't see it. Just see big mounds. We want to make it smooth as we can, and y'all can kind of refer to, maybe I'll put the other video up here in a loop in the corner,
where y'all can kind of see what I was doing the other day as I walked through it. So pretty much what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go straight down right through here. And in the other video, y'all see that tree that's leaning that way, this little tree. That is kind of about the line I'm gonna follow. I don't know how much good footage I'm gonna get up here in the woods. Maybe I could find a tree to hang you guys off of, but I'm not gonna tear up my camera because, well, I don't want to tear up the camera. But all this debris right here can just, you know, just move it out of the way. All right, y'all. So y'all can kind of see, I don't really want to make it dirt all the way down through there because then it'll just be muddy. What I'm gonna end up doing is, after I get past this point right here, I'm gonna get the brush cutter, the bush hog, and put on there, and then that'll, this piece right here, this sweet gum right here, and I'm gonna leave that property marker there too. This sweet gum right here is really difficult right here because it's all intertwined into that root. So I'll probably just get the brush cutter and come in here and cut that off real low, and you know, which y'all can kind of see what I got going on so far. And I'm not going to fool with none of the big trees. So from right here, the bush hog ought to be able to take me all the way down to the road. And my truck is, you know, 200 feet that way where the gravel road is. And you know, biggest thing is just getting some of the stuff out of the way, you know, just a little stuff so the machine doesn't have to keep going back and forth, you know. And like I said, it doesn't have to be, you know, DOT quality or nothing. All we're trying to do is make it where it's a good little walking trail. And see, the bush hog will just disintegrate a lot of this stuff. You see, like this, you know. And any branches hanging over, vines. I'll just put the bush hog down real low right here. I did see a couple of big rock. There's one right back there. But that's about all I really see. And we're gonna try to leave as many trees as we can, but I think I can go on through right there. You know, just kind of finagle the bush hog. So yeah. So you wouldn't be able to do this in the summertime. It would just be brutal. But see, you put the bush hog down real low here, and it'll get all this stuff. And then, you know, we can put a mower in here. So see, if I went over that way 5 feet, then I'd have had to deal with all that. But see, he wants a kind of a straight path, and I get it. So this path right here will be straight enough, you know. I mean, now when we get down in here, see, the bush hog get all this, you know. Just want to be aware of things, right? All right, there's a big rock right here. Grab this rock. But the bush hog get all this, man. See, the thing about the bush hog is once you cut it off, it's hard to get it up. And there's a big stump right there, or a rock or something. So there are some obstacles in the way, but it ain't nothing that, you know, I can't get through. See, I need to come on up in here and pull these up. See, cutting them off ain't you know, these ain't worth the damn cutting them off. I may go all the way up through here just pulling stuff up, pushing things over, and just throwing it on each side, right? You know, because once the bush hog comes in here, it makes it just well, it's a lot more violent, and it just cuts it off at the, it just cuts it off. And then if you're a walking trail, you'll be stumbling over all this stuff. And once them stops get down close to the ground, it's very difficult to see them, and you'll tear a lawnmower up. In theory, you want to be able to mow this trail. I know that sounds crazy looking at it like it looks right now, but I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just keep coming in here with it, y'all. Yeah, I don't really see no reason to go. And when I get down there, the bush hog, y'all can see the driveway. When I get down there, then I'll hook to the bush hog and come back up the hill with it. But see, like stuff like this, bush hog will cut it off no problem. But then what? Yeah, if you was just doing a clear, not worrying about things coming back, it wouldn't be, nobody's gonna be walking on it or nothing. It'd be different. But this is gonna be a walking trail, and I don't like a walking trail with shit that's gonna, tip you up and stuff. So, yeah, y'all. Y'all see, that's kind of what I'm getting into. It's not, it ain't nothing that bad, really. The hardest part is getting through to the opening right there. Now that I got that done, this area right here is another big rock. So you gotta watch out. Y'all see, man, check it out, man. So now it's just about, smoothing it out a little bit, picking up some twigs and stuff. Really not a lot of nothing left to do. There's some stuff on the roadside there that I'll pick up. One thing that I might do before, I don't really have to though. Skid steer seems to be running pretty good. I mean, you can't really cry about how good Bobby's running. This tree right here, I would like to knock it down. You see, then you could just, because this tree right here is kind of, well, if you get it out of the way, that gives you 4 more feet right here. Then you can just, my brush cutter will cut that. Y'all want to see it? Y'all want to see the brush cutter cut this tree off? Hide and watch, y'all. Y'all just hide and watch. I don't want to push it that way, so I'm gonna come in right here on this side, and I'm gonna take some chunks out of it. And yeah, well, they say that that this brush cutter will cut 7 inches, but see, it'll cut more than that. You just got to go easy into it. You just got to go easy, and pine is soft. So let me see if I can set you guys up in real time somewhere. What I'll probably do is I'll probably zip around this side and just take a little bit out to give it room to go this way, and then to start notching the back side. I don't know which way it's going to fall. It doesn't really matter. I mean, in the hard, if there were a house right here, I would approach this different. If there were a house right here, I probably wouldn't even do it. But we just gonna do it just because we can. And if you look at how wide everything is, see right here, if that tree gets out of the way, then that is, it will look better. Trust me. Might not show on camera, but yeah, you gotta, don't do this at home. And y'all know I got a disclaimer, and here it is. You got to finesse a little bit,
my thinking, like with the brush cutter there, is it's like an axe, okay? A mechanical axe. That's basically what it is. So if you go into something this big, slow, then you can, I don't have to cut it all up and mulch it up. That ain't what I'm trying to do. I just want to knock it over, and just to show you guys. But all this needs to be smooth, and I can do that with hell, I can do it with a bucket, or with well, the bush hog will do it too, because you can go up in there with this bucket right here, dude. This bucket right here, y'all see, man, y'all, this bucket right here ain't nothing nice, man. Just something about it, the way it's built, man. And it's got a grapple on it too, but I took that grapple off. The way this thing's built, man, and the way it distributes the weight dead to the center of the front of the plate, you can get a lot of torque on this thing, and it just rips everything. So I can come in here and knock that little hump out right there by the property line marker. So all this is just loose dirt, man, and there ain't even a lot of rock in it, a lot of sticks and stuff. But I got to get up out of here, y'all. Peace out.